We're here for the Just Dream Art Gallery field trip, so come and follow me to the first room. This project has been around for almost 5 years, and Milton Bowens, who's the main artist, is the person who has created all the artwork that you'll be seeing here today. Now, normally you'd only get to experience 3 of these galleries if you were to come here with us today. However, because we're doing this online, you will get to experience all 7 galleries that we've had over the course of these 5 years. So that means you get to experience not only Milton's latest work, but all of the work that has accumulated over the years. Throughout these instructional videos through the galleries, Milton will make sure to go in depth and in detail about what he's trying to tell you about his artwork and what important symbolism that you should be picking out for yourself.
Hi, everybody. My name is Milton Bowens, and I want to welcome you to the Twin Rivers Unified School District MLK Just Dream Arts Project virtual tour. Today, we're going to take you on a virtual tour through a few galleries, and I'm going to be your tour guide for the day. We decided to bring art and social studies to you in a very different way, in a way that you might not normally be used to getting it in your classroom. So I'm going to be your guide today. So I want you to sit back, get comfortable while I take you on this tour. Good morning, class. It's me again. The collection that we're going to tour today is cleverly titled. It's titled, Can You See It? IT. So, most of the times today, when we think about the internet, we're really only thinking about it in terms of entertainment. Most young people don't think about the internet as an actual job or business or a profession. They just think of it as something where, they can communicate with friends or get online and, be entertained, watch YouTube, watch videos. But IT is crucial. Engineering is crucial. And this collection is designed to deal with stereotypes. How we might see something or how something may be portrayed to us. And one of the biggest stereotypes that has been turned on its head over the past several years is the definition of a nerd. Have you guys ever heard that word before, nerd? Some of you may have even been called a nerd before. My question I would ask everybody is, when did learning become not cool? So let me explain to you how this actually works in real time. The first painting we're going to look at has a symbol on it. Do you guys know what that symbol is? I'm not going to tell you what the symbol is. I want you to look at the painting and see if you know what that symbol represents. Now, this symbol is connected to one of the most popular television shows of all time. It was just recently taken off of the air, but you can see it every night in reruns on multiple channels. And it dealt with a stereotype. The show was called The Big Bang Theory. But what was the stereotype? The stereotype was that you had this group of nerds who were awkward, who were funny, who were entertaining you. But what people overlooked was the simple fact that every one of these guys were geniuses. You had an engineer, 3 PhDs. Later, they would become married to 2 other PhDs. You had a beautiful actress thrown into the mix, and it was designed to entertain us. But it happened to be one of the smartest television shows on TV and ran for 12 seasons. So when we think about stereotypes and the power of them, sometimes stereotypes can be used to teach us and give us a different perspective on something that may seem to be negative, but actually turn out to be very profound. Because The Big Bang Theory, although you might have tuned in, watched it, and got a couple of laughs, it was actually one of the smartest shows on television. It had actual science in the show. They had actual scientists from the field of science that often appeared on the television show weekly. So you might have watched something and got a laugh or a chuckle out of it, but you would have found yourself over the course of these 12 years learning crucial things about science, as well as being entertained at the same time. Now, this next painting that you're going to view, you guys might be a little bit more familiar with. It's called Dragon Ball Z. I love Dragon Ball Z. Now think about it for a second. The painting is telling you something. It's telling you that it's time to level up. E equals MC squared. Now, do you know what E equals MC squared represents? Does anybody know? I'm going to pause for a minute. Look at your teacher. Go ahead. I know you look puzzled. You might have heard this or seen this written before, but do you actually know what it means? It's the theory of relativity. Albert Einstein. Albert Einstein, way before Dragon Ball Z, was trying to get all of society to level up. He was trying to get them to get excited about science, to pursue higher thought, higher education. See, the thing about connecting the dots artistically is simple. You might be exposed to one aspect of something, but there's always room for growth. And that's all Dragon Ball Z was trying to communicate to you, is that we all start out at one level, but through hard work and the pursuit of intellectual curiosity, you're on this constant quest to level up. So the next painting that you're going to be looking at is one of probably the most celebrated video game characters of all time, Mario. You have Mario Kart, Mario Brothers. You got so many Mario. There's Luigi. You got so much that's connected to Mario. He is a Nintendo staple. Mario is classic. But he's also, when you think about it, Mario is probably one of the most popular characters of all time when it comes to video games. So, who here has ever played a Mario game? Okay, so if you've ever played Mario Brothers, it entertains you. You're sitting in front of your television. You're trying to get a high score. Now let's think about this high score for a minute. Everybody that plays a video game is in pursuit of a high score, right? So once you master a game, you have to ask yourself a serious question. Do you get bored with it, or do you find yourself going back to it? You know, and that's a subjective question. Some people will master a game, put it aside, and they'll look for the new game to conquer. Some people find themselves playing that game over and over and over. But every time you go back to a game that you've mastered, you'll realize it gets a little easier every time you play it. That's called repetitious learning. That means that you've already figured something out, so the next time you encounter it, it becomes easier for you. So now that's the brilliance of a video game. I know video games, sometimes in a lot of circles, they get a bad rap. But this painting is not about talking down on video games. It is actually showing you how video games can actually help increase your intellectual curiosity. So, are you playing to get the game's high score, or are you learning how to code for it? Think about that. Every person that sits in front of a video game trying to master it, somebody sat in their work studio and built that game to get you to sit in front of it and give it all your time. Do you want to be the person playing the game, or do you want to be the person making the game?